Have you ever wondered if an AI could learn something new without having to start from absolute zero every single time? What if it could build on what it already knows, kind of like we do? Well, it turns out it can. And that one simple idea is completely rewriting the rules for how we build artificial intelligence.
So to really get why this shortcut is such a game changer, we first have to talk about the massive problem at the heart of AI development. It's a huge challenge of scale, of time, and, yeah, a whole lot of money.
I mean, we are talking about models that need to learn from millions, sometimes billions of data points. And getting that much high-quality, specific data, it's often insanely difficult and super expensive. This total reliance on these giant data sets, well, it's a major bottleneck for innovation.
So here's the bottom line. Building a powerful AI from scratch is just a brutal process. You need a mountain of data for just one job. The computing power alone can send costs through the roof, and the whole thing just takes forever. For most researchers or companies trying to solve a really specific problem, this whole approach is it's not practical at all.
But what if there was a smarter way? I mean, instead of teaching the AI everything from the ground up every single time, what if we could just give it a head start? Well, this is where our brilliant shortcut comes in: transfer learning. At its core, transfer learning is this really simple but powerful idea of, recycling knowledge. You take a model that's already an expert in one thing, like say identifying objects in millions of random photos, and you use all that expertise as a launchpad to learn a totally new but related skill.
To put this in human terms, right? Learning from scratch is like trying to learn all of music theory, composition, and notation just so you can play Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. It's just wildly inefficient. But transfer learning? That's like already knowing how to play the piano. You've got the fundamentals down, you just need to adapt your skills to a new instrument, like an organ. You're not starting from zero.
So how do we actually do this? Well, the most popular technique is called fine-tuning. This is where we take our pre-trained model and just gently nudge it in a new direction. We train it a little bit more, but this time we use our own smaller, much more specialized data set.
The process usually kicks off with a really powerful pre-trained model. Then we freeze the earliest layers. Those are the ones that learned all the universal stuff like edges, colors, and textures. We don't want to mess with that solid foundation. Instead, we just focus on retraining the later, more specific layers on our new data. This lets the model adapt its high-level smarts for the new task without forgetting all the basics.
But this shortcut, as amazing as it is, isn't always a walk in the park. In fact, sometimes trying to transfer knowledge can create some brand new, really tricky problems.
So what's the catch? Because there's always a catch, right? What happens when the new stuff you're trying to teach the AI directly clashes with everything it already knows?
Well, there are two big pitfalls. The first is something called negative transfer. This is when the old knowledge actually makes the model worse at the new task, because the two skills are just too different. Think of it like trying to use your swimming skills to bake a cake. They're not just unhelpful, they actually get in the way. The second, and maybe even more dramatic one, is catastrophic forgetting. This is when learning a new task literally makes the model forget the old one. It's like a magic bookshelf, where every time you add a new book, an old one just poof.
And Code Labs Academy puts it perfectly. It's a sharp drop in performance. The new information literally overwrites the internal wiring that was essential for the original task. And this is a huge problem, especially for systems that need to keep learning new things over time.
Okay, so how do we avoid these problems? How can we possibly know before we sink all that time and energy into it whether a knowledge transfer is actually going to work? The solution is to get way smarter about predicting the outcome.
And this brings us to this really fascinating field called transferability estimation. And it is exactly what it sounds like. It's a bunch of methods designed to predict how well knowledge is going to transfer between two different tasks. You can think of it like a compatibility test for AI models.
By calculating what's called a transferability score, researchers can make a really educated guess about whether or not to even try. And this is so crucial. It helps prevent that negative transfer we talked about and saves a ton of computing resources that would just be wasted on a failed experiment. It's all about working smarter, not just harder.
Okay, so all of this sounds great in theory, but what does it actually look like out in the real world? Let's check out an incredible case study where this exact technique produced some absolutely state-of-the-art results.
So in a study published by the NIH, researchers were facing a classic problem. They needed to identify these really subtle changes in breast cancer cells from microscope images.
This is a super specialized task, and like you often see in medical research, they had a very, very limited amount of labeled data to work with.
And this is where it gets amazing. They took a model that had been pre-trained on ImageNet, that huge database of everyday pictures of cats and cars and keyboards. Its original job had absolutely nothing to do with biology. They then used fine-tuning to adapt all that general knowledge to their very specific, very scientific task, classifying those cancer cells.
And the results, they're just staggering. The model they trained from scratch, using only their limited medical data, it got a pretty respectable 84% accuracy. But the model that used transfer learning, the one that started out knowing about cats and dogs, it achieved an unbelievable 97% accuracy.
97%. That number represents a new state-of-the-art result for this dataset. They achieved world-class performance on a really difficult medical task, and they did it way faster and with way less data, all by borrowing knowledge from a completely unrelated field. This is the power of transfer learning in action.
Which really brings us to a final, thought-provoking question. We've just seen that AI can learn to transfer knowledge from recognizing things like cars and tables to identifying cellular disease. And this ability to build on the past and adapt to the new, it's one of the hallmarks of human intelligence. So if AI is starting to master this skill, what's next on the horizon?